I'm not the biggest fan of sports anime. I think the genre is pretty generic and overused. That was until my friend showed me Blue Lock, and holy shit, this anime opened my eyes. I'm not exaggerating when I say Blue Lock is the greatest sports anime ever made, and I will die on that fucking hill with my nutsack and social security number on the line. So the story takes place in Japan, and just like in real life, Japan can't seem to win a World Cup. No matter how hard they try, Japan's soccer team is second rate at best. That's where Blue Lock comes in. You got 300 of the top high school soccer players in Japan competing in a special training facility in order to become the best striker in the world. During their training, all players are assigned to teams based on their rank, which is based on their individual skills as a player, and they'll be faced with a variety of different challenges. There are times where they'll have to face against other teams or each other. By the end of it, there can only be one winner. As for the 299 losers, not only are they out of the competition, but they can never play for their national team, that being Japan's national soccer team. Alright, let's get to the good shit. First, let's talk about the writing. The writing is chef's kiss. I used to think soccer was the most boring shit in the world, but that all changed when I watched Blue Lock. Watching the battle segments reminds me of JoJo, in the sense that battles are treated like a game of 4D chess. During matches, characters are constantly hyper-analyzing the situation they're in, such as positioning, finding strategies and counterplay, playing mind games, utilizing their skills at the right time, etc. Part of the hype is seeing who can outsmart the other. I'm not a sports fan, so I had no idea there was so much depth and complexity to soccer. For me, the writing really made me develop an appreciation towards the sport, and it also does a nice job with its power scaling. In the anime, characters are always unlocking new skills and creative ways to push their physical capabilities, and this doesn't happen slowly over time. They gotta do it on the fly, which makes sense. I know some people are gonna say it feels rushed, but when you're putting everything on the line, when you're risking your entire career and livelihood, you gotta fucking YOLO that shit. They're out here risking it all to become the best player, so putting gradual effort with stakes that high would be counterintuitive. Any game they play can be their last, so why not give it your all? Why not try to exceed your limits? It's settings like this that make Blue Lock the most fun and engaging sports series I've seen to date. Next, let's talk about its production value. I would say that the animation is a hit or miss. It is simultaneously a strength and a weakness. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's stinky as fuck. I like the scenes when players score goals into the net. Here, they don't just simply kick the ball into the net. They fucking smash that shit like they're hitting the G-spot. It's like you can feel the raw energy coming from the animation and audio cues. It's one of the sexiest things my eyes and ears have ever witnessed. But I can't say the same for the CGI and PowerPoint animations. Sometimes you'll see characters in 3D, and it's painfully noticeable. This shit looks like assets from fucking RuneScape. They look like they're about to clip into the backrooms. And seeing these still images with little to no frames is pretty disappointing to see for a fast-paced sport like soccer. And sadly, it becomes more noticeable with each passing episode, which kinda kills the immersion. Sure, the animation is inconsistent, but luckily it's carried by a banger soundtrack. The music used during matches ranges from rock and roll to build hype, and eerie music to add a sense of dread during intense moments of a match. It fits the setting perfectly, and gives those battle segments a sense of life, which is why I didn't mind the bad animation too much. The music makes the bad parts bearable to watch, and it makes the good parts look like a goddamn artistic masterpiece. For the voice acting, the voice actors sound like they're truly committed to their roles. They sound convincing and emotional during the most intense moments of the show. Overall, the animation is a hit or miss, but everything else from the voice acting and music are solid. Next, let's talk about the characters. All the important characters are fleshed out beautifully. You learn about their backstories, goals, ambitions, aspirations, making you feel a genuine attachment towards these characters, and over time you see these characters grow into absolute giga chads. For example, the main character, Isagi, starts off as a weak-ass pussy. In fact, he's considered the second worst player when he enters Blue Lock, but over time he pushes himself by adapting, analyzing, and discovering new techniques as the challenges get harder and harder each time. Each character possesses their own unique skills and attributes, and during matches, they're forced to push their own limits, such as evolving and utilizing their skills in creative ways in order to survive in Blue Lock. It makes every character hype as fuck. Whether that's seeing new characters or watching old ones evolve, it's clear that the characters are one of the strongest appeals of this series. As a content creator and artist myself, there's nothing more admirable and inspiring than seeing people giving it their all in order to achieve their dreams. It's enough to make a grown-ass man like me cry like a little bitch. Next, I want to talk about its themes and symbolism. Personally, I feel like this is where Blue Lock truly shines as a cinematic masterpiece, and it's the reason I wanted to make this video. First, let's talk about redemption. Have you ever done something that you regret? Whether that's the choices you made or the choices you didn't make, either way, it's not a pleasant feeling, and sometimes it may even haunt you for the rest of your life. At the start of the first episode, during the last second of the match, Isagi is in front of the goal with the ball. He can either score the goal himself or pass the ball to his teammate to score. For the sake of teamwork, he decided to pass the ball to his teammate, but he misses and fucks everything up, which cost the entire game. It's something that Isagi deeply regrets and contemplates throughout the series. Maybe if he took the initiative to score, maybe if he didn't pass the ball to his retarded-ass teammate, maybe things would have played out differently. So when Isagi is given the chance to redeem himself, when he's selected to participate in Blue Lock, he saw that chance and took it, even though it meant putting his entire career on the line. And that's another thing I love about this series, its message on high risk, high reward. In most sports anime, when you see a team lose, it goes like this: "Gentlemen, we may have lost the game, but we'll get them next time. The other team may have fucked our asses pretty hard, but next time we'll be the ones fucking their ass." Like, there's never any real punishment for the losing team. It's not like the losing team is going to get their dicks chopped off if they don't win. They're just going to keep playing until they win. If anything, they're only losing their sense of pride. And I find that trope to be pretty boring and repetitive. As a whole, there's no real stakes involved when it comes to most sports anime. But in Blue Lock, they don't have that pussy shit. In Blue Lock, the stakes are high as fuck, which makes losing more impactful. No character can afford to lose, because if they do, they're done. Losing in Blue Lock means losing your golden ticket to the chocolate factory, which incentivizes characters to play more smart and aggressive. As I said before, it forces them to learn and utilize their skills in creative ways, and they have to do it on the fly, since there's no second chances. It just goes to show that Blue Lock is truly an ass-eat-ass world. Every character treats soccer like life and death, which creates this thrilling dynamic that works so well for the series. Winning truly feels earned, while losing carries more emotional weight, making every game hype as fuck till the very end. Whether they win or lose, you know that shit's gonna hit hard as fuck, because they're all taking this shit seriously. They're out here to risk it for the biscuit. Another aspect of risk-taking that I want to talk about is luck. In this case, positive outcomes. I used to think being lucky was something outside of your control, but after watching Blue Lock, I was wrong to some degree. While there are factors outside of your control, being lucky isn't entirely random. In fact, you do have some control over certain outcomes, and that comes from taking chances. Think of it like applying for a job or a college you want to go to. Sure, you may not get in, but your only chances of getting accepted is if you apply for them. Or let's say there's someone you want to ask out on a date. Sure, there's the chance that you might get rejected, but your only chances of dating that person is by asking them out. In other words, you have to put yourself in a position to be lucky. Even if it's not guaranteed to be in your favor, putting in effort is better than nothing. In Blue Lock, characters barely hesitate to gamble or try new techniques during soccer matches, and that's because they can't afford to let opportunities fly when the stakes are so high. Can you imagine if these characters were afraid and never took any risky plays? Can you imagine if they always hesitated? Instead of focusing on negative outcomes, players in Blue Lock have to create these window of opportunities in order to get a winning edge over their opponents, even if it may or may not work. And it's those kind of risky plays that make every battle so exciting and engaging. And lastly, and most importantly, I want to talk about egoism, a theme that this series heavily focuses on. As I said before, everyone in Blue Lock is putting their careers on the line, meaning that they can't afford to lose no matter what. It's not just their skills and physical capabilities that need to evolve, but it's also their mentality as well. In order to become the best, you need to believe that you can be the best. Because ask yourself this: do you think a winner would ever put themselves down? "Oh, there will always be someone better than me. Why even bother trying? I'll never have what it takes to be the best." Do you think that's what a winner would say to themselves? I feel like that kind of mindset is what prevents you from taking risk and pushing yourself. Everyone has to start off somewhere. Even if you're not the best at something, having that confidence will push you further than those who have given up or don't try at all. Regardless, beating yourself down, having doubts, or low self-esteem won't get you anywhere. It's really easy to give into that negative mindset, which is why Blue Lock was such a major eye-opener for me. I'll be real with you. As a content creator and digital artist, sometimes I feel jealous of other people too. Content creators that have more subs than me, comedians who are funnier than me, and artists who draw better than me. I know that statistics shouldn't matter, and I know that art and comedy is subjective, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't care. Sometimes it does get to me, and that's the truth. But at the same time, I know having that negative mindset isn't going to help me improve. That's why I haven't given up on those dreams. Even if I never become as good as the people I look up to, I still want to push myself as much as I can to see how far I can go, and because I don't want to have any regrets. As cliche as it sounds, it's not about whether you can do it or not, it's about if you want to do it or not. That's exactly what these characters go through, but with soccer. Individualism, narcissism, selfishness, egoism, pride, confidence, etc. All those traits are something a winner has, not because they were born with it, but because they earned it over time. They don't let failure stop them from achieving what they want to do in life, and they don't take shit from nobody. They're out here focusing on themselves because they have the winner mentality. And having that winner mentality is the most effective way to deal with haters. I'm confident that all of you have dealt with negative people in your life at some point. People who doubt you, discourage you, compare you to others, or belittle your self-worth. Not everyone you meet in your life is going to be supportive. There will always be people who will try to drag you down out of jealousy or insecurities, and sometimes being around those people can lower your morale and self-esteem. As an artist and content creator myself, I've seen and dealt with many haters in my life, and I still do. But you know what? I don't give a shit. That isn't going to stop me from drawing or making videos. I don't care if they tell me it's a waste of time. I don't care if they say I'm not good enough. And I don't care if they say I won't make it. As an artist and content creator, I take pride in my work. So to all my haters and doubters, take that shrimp dick energy and shove it up your ass. Now there's nothing wrong with having insecurities. It's something that all humans go through at some point in life. But when you project that kind of negative energy to bring other people down, go fuck yourself. Getting back on topic, Blue Lock really taught me the importance of egoism and how it can greatly affect your motivation and confidence. As cheesy as it sounds, believe in yourself and don't give up. Not everyone you meet will be kind and supportive. That's why it's always best to put yourself first before others. And that's something that will always resonate with me whenever I'm drawing or making videos. I feel like Blue Lock is a series that most people can relate to on a spiritual level. Like, it doesn't even have to be sports. Maybe you want to have your dream job. Maybe you want to finish school. Or maybe you want to be the very best at something. If you're someone who's super goal-oriented, someone who's competitive, or someone with big dreams, you're going to love the shit out of this series. And even if you don't have any grand long-term goals at the moment, that's perfectly fine too. Maybe this anime will inspire you to find that motivation. It did for me. And that's why I can't recommend this series enough. Overall, Blue Lock is a fun, entertaining series that will teach you the values of self-worth and to never give up. It's a series that truly changed my outlook on life in a significant way, and I can't express enough how much this series holds a special place in my heart. As a non-sports fan, I never expected a sports anime of all things to inspire me in such a profound way. With that being said, I'm giving Blue Lock a solid 10 out of 10. If you're looking for an anime with amazing writing and a fun cast of characters that will leave a long-lasting impression on you, I highly recommend Blue Lock. Anyways, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, maybe you should like and sub to the channel. Who knows? Maybe you'll achieve your goals and dreams. I'd see ya.